4 years ago, we didn't own a boat. We chartered a couple in Greece, and now we own one. This is how it happened. Welcome back to Sailing Solaris. We had just booked our first charter in Greece because the boat looked good in a photo and because neither of us wanted another holiday sat by the pool. Our daughter Ember was only 4 months old, and between us we had very little experience. Myself with competent crew, and Jamie never ever been on a sailboat before.
Must be somewhere.
2.5 years later, Carter was born, and just around this time was the second time we could actually afford to go chartering again. This time on a monohull, because it was cheaper and we wanted to see whether we could do it. Turns out we could, with a skipper. This led to some false confidence and a dream of one day being able to own our very own boat. And after about a year of searching, we'd finally found our vessel, a 41-foot Sun Odyssey 410. She was ours, and what a beaut. We couldn't be more happy. Bought a boat! Bought a boat!
Woohoo! We just bought a boat, guys!
After looking out what felt like countless boats, comparing layouts, specs and prices, we started to get a much clearer idea of what we actually wanted. Along the way, we reassessed our budget, changed our priorities more than once, and realised that finding the right boat was going to take some patience. But eventually everything clicked. We found Solaris, a Jeanneau Sun Odyssey 410, the boat that ticked a lot of boxes for us and more importantly, felt right. And this is where the adventure and stories really began.
And the sun gonna shine on a brand.
With Solaris finally ours, it was time to set off on our maiden trip, and what better first destination than Cowes? A short journey across with a skipper to help us get to know the boat. We'd spent so long searching for the right boat, going through the buying process and imagining what the first proper sail would be like, so naturally we're excited to finally get out on the water and start putting Solaris through her paces. The plan was simple: enjoy the sail, get to know the boat and hopefully build a bit of confidence along the way. But as we quickly discovered, boat ownership does not always go according to plan, and if you check back to our first episode, you'll know we ran into a few interesting issues. There were definitely some lessons learned, a few stressful moments, and ultimately our maiden adventure ended with Solaris being stranded in Cowes. Not exactly how we pictured the first trip ending, but that's sailing, and it certainly gave us a story to tell.
I am waiting for a bus at the end of the night, under street lamp, bent face flamed by the light. Gone away.
Jamie, it's a big swell. Barely stand up.
Gone away. Gone away.
I've got to hold on. The swell is at least 7 metres now. I'm building.
With the repairs finally made and Solaris back where she belonged, we somehow managed to wangle a full week off work, which meant it was finally time to start exploring the Solent. The plan was to spend the week getting to know the boat, putting her through her paces, and more importantly, building our confidence as we went. What we hadn't planned for was being thrown into winds of up to 35 knots. It definitely made for a slightly more exciting introduction to Solaris than we expected, but she handled it brilliantly and really helped show us what she could do. And with every mile we sailed, things started to come together. We were learning the boat, trusting her more, and starting to trust ourselves too, working as a team. For the first time, it really felt like we were becoming a proper crew. And a huge shout out to Hugo from Salty Sailing in Cowes, who helped train us and give us the skills and confidence to get to this point. There's still plenty to learn, but after that week, we finally started to feel like the adventure with Solaris had properly begun.
I'm gone away, yeah. And the sun gonna shine on a brand new day for me, a brand new day for love.
So our first impression impressions of sailing the Solent? Honestly, we couldn't have asked for a better place to start our adventures. There's just so much to explore. One minute you're weaving through busy stretches of water surrounded by everything from racing yachts to huge ships, and the next you're tucked away somewhere completely peaceful, feeling like you've escaped the world. Every trip so far has given us something different, new places, new challenges, and most importantly, building our confidence. We've already had some brilliant sailing, a few unexpected adventures, and plenty of moments where we've looked at each other and thought this is exactly why we bought the boat. We know we've barely scratched the surface of what the Solent has to offer, and there's still a huge amount for us to learn. But Solaris is starting to feel like our second home. We're becoming more confident as a crew of two, with two tiny stowaways on board, and we're absolutely loving the journey so far. The best part is it feels like we're only just getting started, and we can't wait to eventually one day take her further afield.
Red face flame by the light. I'm going away. I'm gone away. I'm gone away. And the sun gonna shine on a brand new day. Must be somewhere. Welcome me into the fold. Blooming flowers.
So with our first proper miles aboard Solaris behind us, it feels like we can finally stop thinking about buying and fixing a boat and start enjoying why we bought one in the first place. There's something pretty special about knowing every weekend we can head down, untie the lines, point the bow somewhere new and see where we end up. We've got plenty of plans for Solaris and our adventures as a family, and hopefully a few adventures we haven't even thought of yet will come. But before we get into all of that, we thought you might like a proper look around the boat. We'll be calling home along the way when work and normal life allows. So in the next episode, we're giving you the full tour of Solaris, our Jeanneau Sun Odyssey 410, from bow to stern, above and below deck. Thanks for joining us on the journey so far. Subscribe if you'd like to follow along, and we'll see you next time for the full boat tour.